One. Okay, so this is going to be the first episode of our podcast, and I'm Kessler, and you introduce yourself.
Choo, I guess.
All right, that's what
That'd
we're
be
sticking with.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's good.
yeah, okay, great. So we're going to be having two main subjects for this episode. The first is going to be the current anime season, winter
Winter
2019.
2019. Yeah.
Yeah, and specifically the shows that we actually cared to finish at least one episode of. We dropped a few of them, but there's very few shows that we drop without even finishing an episode, and those are the only things on my screen that we will not be talking about today. And then after that, we're going to talk about the anime awards and how we feel about who won, and I'm sure there's going to be quite a few upsets, but that's okay.
It's the Crunchyroll Award, so we're not really expecting much.
Yep. Yeah, and we know that they butchered the movies category by like some movies.
By not including it.
Yeah, sometimes there's some weird cutoff point with it, and we don't understand what it is. But there's like in the 2017 awards, they included some movies that were like they basically only counted movies that had like a real Western release where the subs were out and all that. And so this year they've kind of done the same for stuff that got its subs in 2018, but because of that, there's some stuff in the middle that just didn't get nominated for either year that clearly deserved to be. So that's going to be an unfortunate category, but that's okay.
It's a complaint for a later time. So
Yep. So first
onto
we're
the
gonna
seasonal anime. So what are we starting with?
we'll probably start with the dropped shows, just because we're gonna have a lot less to talk about. And I think the last show we should probably talk about is Mob Psycho 100, just because that's the only season 2, and we're gonna have to like bring up a bit of season 1 for the sake of that one. So that's best left separate. So I guess we'll start with the one that we've seen the least of, the Quintessential Quintuplets. Tim, why don't you introduce us on this one?
It was cute. There was like 5 of them. It was super generic, and I'm not going to watch the rest of it. But
Yeah,
there's 5 people.
yeah.
That was kind of neat idea.
Why the fuck did we even finish the first episode? I don't even remember. I'm sure I forced you to do it, but
Yeah, we wanted to see Headphones Girl, who was like the last girl they introduced.
yes, that was it.
Right, and then we stopped watching. 90%
Yep.
of the way through the episode.
Finished enough.
Yeah, it's enough to know I'm not. It's just generic and not worth watching.
Yeah. But for shows that we actually have something to say about, there was or WZ right here. Now
That was a good first episode.
yeah, like the reviews on that were god awful. I mean, like first off, they didn't tell anyone. Like the name is weird, so nobody knew this. But apparently, it's a sequel to Handshakers, and there was no advertisements for it. You
Which
couldn't
no one
tell.
watched. I didn't watch Handshakers.
I saw the first episode. It was horrible. Really bad CGI chains and stuff. The first one, Handshakers, had like really bad camera angles, and like it was constantly doing weird stuff with the camera that made no sense at all. It was very jarring to look at, and like it looked incredibly it looked like they put so much work into it, and it just wasn't panning out. And was fixed a lot of those problems.
It looked very good. All the stylized shots and stuff they did. So colorful.
Yeah, personally, I loved the animation, at least for the first episode of Was. I know that, like, if you looked at the average ratings on Mal and AniList, they were both pretty low ratings, like 50 or something like that. But
It wasn't nearly that bad for the first episode.
yeah, the production went down a bit for the second episode and the third episode, which we watched a little bit of. But you know, it was more so the show starting where we realized that the story was just terrible. So, so that's why we dropped it. We wouldn't have dropped it if it had like a half decent story, but whatever.
You can't just be all visuals and expect me to care.
Yep. Just like you can't be all story and expect me to care. I don't watch ugly shows, no matter what. Uh, domestic Domestic Kanojo is the next one.
I did not like that at all, and he forced me to watch it.
Yes, I did.
It was awful.
Okay, so here's the thing.
It's like fucking his sister. It's stupid.
Unlike Choo here, I actually read some manga, and this is one of the ones that I've seen. And I did not read this manga because I found the characters endearing or the story was romantic. No. I watched it, or read it, because all the characters do such dumb shit 24/7 that you just know terrible things are going to happen to these characters. Every chapter they're just begging for bad shit to happen to them, and you know, it's just so fun watching their hearts get broken because I wouldn't think this if they weren't shit characters, but it's really fun watching shit characters have shitty things happen to them.
See, I don't see it like that. I see it like the author is terrible and just wrote bad characters unintentionally.
Oh, that's completely true as well.
Okay, so then it makes it a stupid show if they're just stupid characters doing stupid things.
Buddy, for anyone who didn't watch this, I think it was the first episode. Towards the end of the first episode, there's this scene where the protagonist sees this girl he has a crush on lying down on the couch.
Yeah, that was so creepy.
Yeah, and so she was completely unconscious, had no idea what was going on, and then he just leans in to kiss her in her sleep, and then her sister walks in and he's like, "Oh shit, no, I'm busted!" And then the sister's like, "You know what? I don't even give a shit, cause it's her fault for being there.
It's her fault for passing out.
She lived there. She was
sleeping on the couch.
They all lived together, and this guy fucking tries to kiss her in her sleep, and she's like, "No, it's her fault. Shouldn't have slept in her own house. What a fucking dumbass."
She was also his stepsister at that time, so
yeah, we'll give a better explanation for the shows that aren't terrible. We'll explain the premise or something, but we're really just blitzing through this garbage because those shows are all terrible. Next up is Cowboy Bebop.
Wait, what?
Whoops. Boogiepop and Others. So first off, this is an adaptation of a light novel. In fact, its light novel is credited as being the first light novel ever, and for some reason it didn't get adapted until just now. It's still going though. It's been going on for 20 years. I think the first novel was released in 97, and it's still going.
That's a lot of light novel to read.
Yeah. It actually got a spin-off that somehow got animated. Don't know what the hell happened there, but apparently that was the spin-off was decent. But yeah. So why don't you explain No, wait, actually, sorry. I'll explain the premise and then you talk about how shit it is.
All right.
Okay, so the premise is basically kind of hard to explain based on what we saw, but essentially it's some semi-godly being who's sort of I guess her job is to basically stop monsters from going around killing people or something. And it's a guy.
It's a guy.
But he's possessing a teenage girl for whatever reason. And so yeah, it also swaps perspectives a lot. So yeah, you go on and explain why this show was so bad.
It was the first 2 episodes were all over the place and things that were happening, things that happened to different people at the same time, and it was so confusing. It was just I don't know. I don't know how this got like this. It was all over the place with the storytelling, where it would jump between scene to scene really rapidly with different characters, and then the second episode sort of retold things from the first episode from different perspectives. and I couldn't follow it, and I didn't like it at all. I don't. It wasn't a cohesive story at all.
I completely understand what happened here. What I don't understand is why they allowed it to
Wow.
happen. Because when I was a kid, I don't read many books, but when I was a kid, I watched the movie Holes. Have you ever seen that?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
It was starring Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, it was starring Shia LaBeouf, and so basically, in the movie, they did a lot of back and forth where it was like, oh, this scene would be in the modern day, this scene would be like 100 years ago,
Well, there's
explaining
nothing
how.
wrong with that.
Yeah,
Lots of shows do that. This show
yeah.
just did it super
No,
poorly.
but like, and then so one day I decided to go read the book because we had a book report that we had to do, and so I decided to do it on a story that I actually knew I would like. Uh, and so basically, what ended up happening was like, whenever they were doing a chapter that was a flashback chapter, it would be like these little flowers appear at the top of the chapter showing they'd swapped perspectives. And so it confused me the first couple times, but I realized pretty quick, okay, that's my signal, that's how I know it swapped perspectives. I assume the light novel did the same thing, but really, who's to say? Because I'm not reading this crap.
Yeah, that would make that would make it so much easier to follow if you knew like but where this perspective was from like before they even show the stuff.
I'll give you another example actually, because recently I watched The Godfather for the first time, and
That's
like,
good.
yeah, now it's not that they swap perspectives, it's they swap like there's a lot of time skips. The movie takes place over like 10 years or something like that, and you always know when there's been a time skip because they've got like, oh, well, now his girlfriend's pregnant, oh, now she's like got a kid, oh, the kid's older. Like one time they
Very
mentioned that
often.
it's been like 3 months since he got back to town or something, but generally speaking you always know just by what's going on how
Yeah.
approximately how long it's been, and there's nothing to tell you that in this show. It's just like scenes take
Every day is
place.
a day at school in
Yeah.
this. Ha- what makes the days different? Nothing.
Yeah, like I don't like exposition or shit written on the screen to explain what the date is. But like, if this is what's gonna happen when you don't do that, then just do it. Just show us
Yeah.
when this is, because we had like every scene. Like it felt like pretty much every scene we would stop halfway through and be like, "Oh, wait, this takes place then,"
No.
and
Before this or after.
yeah,
You're,
and
you're supposed to like piece it together in your head or something. If that's what they were going for, it didn't really work well.
yeah, now the crazy thing about this show is that it actually adapts an entire light novel into just those first 3 episodes, which is incredibly unusual. The standard tends to be 6 episodes for one light novel.
So they double paced it.
Yeah, and so I assume what happened was in the light novel, it was like one scene was from one character's perspective. I mean, one chapter was from one character's perspective, the next was from another character's perspective, etc., etc. They'd go back and forth, and then it ended. And everything probably happened in chronological order, I would assume. And then in the adaptation, they just divided each character's perspective into one whole episode, and then didn't quite put what happened in order, and so it ends up being a dumpster fire. And I kind of see why this would be an issue. It'd be very strange to constantly swap perspectives um, like this
If you,
of characters all doing the same thing, because it's not A plot, B plot. It's like different perspectives of the same A plot. You're not going the Game of Thrones route with this, and so it almost feels like it probably would have worked better as an OVA, because then you could fit it all into one thing and then swap perspectives easier. But if you're swapping perspectives constantly throughout a 20-minute episode, you're never going to get a satisfying conclusion to the episode, you know? It's always going to be like, and then the episode ended, and then the pacing just feels really weird.
so they just take a random break in the middle of an action scene on the second episode.
Yeah, and You know, for all I know, the story gets better. If it wasn't for the fact that we know, like, because what we saw, episode 1 didn't tell us anything, episode 2 didn't tell us much more, and we needed to finish episode 3 to really understand what had happened. And I'm not going to take the risk of watching another 3 episode arc just to find out if the show gets better.
Yeah, it's not worth it. There's other things we could be watching.
Yep. But anyway, this is a good cutoff point for me to grab a drink since we just finished this section.
This section of bad shows.
The drop shows.
Oh no, we missed one. We missed this one. The one about the really otaku girl and all the lollies.
Oh, we didn't even finish an episode of that though. Can we even talk about that?
Yeah, it was bad. Don't watch it. Okay, done. Next. Taking a break.
Great. Yeah, I'm just getting a drink. Alright, and I realized just as I was taking off my headphones that we didn't actually finish all the drop shows because there's Mysteria Friends, or Mysteria Friends, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, that's a short. It's separate.
Alright.
Well, we gotta talk about it. So, Mysteria Friends. Good first episode. What a lovely first episode.
Okay, so basically, this is a show. It's essentially a spin-off of, I guess, a spin-off of Shingeki no Bahamut, or Rage of Bahamut, which also got a sequel, and, yeah, so now Mysteria Friends is going on. Yeah, they're all based off a mobile game. I believe it's, semi-card-based, or whatever. It's a gacha game, okay? Whatever. It's a gacha game. Nobody cares, at least in America. Not that we're American. We're Canadian, actually. And yeah. So this one, unlike the others, which are action series, is an SOL that takes place in sort of a magic high school. The main characters are the Princess of the Humans. Oh yeah, basically the school is like devils, gods, and humans. The main character,
but mostly humans.
Yeah, mostly humans. Also, I can't tell if there's like I don't know who's a god and who's a demon. They all look the same to me. All I know is there's some characters with normal ears and some characters with pointy ears, and I don't know if the pointy ears are devils or gods, or if the other girl, Ray, who's like a demon dragon thing. Oh yeah, also there's a lot of Yuri undertone in this one, by the way.
Undertones. They're pretty strong. And that's...
I'm pretty confident that if we finish this show, they'd never kiss or confess their love to each other, though. I'm pretty sure it's just like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just look at each other dreamily and gaze into each other's eyes and talk about their feelings.
Yeah, so the first episode was pretty solid. Until, like, towards the end, there was this weird action scene that sort of felt crammed in.
It wasn't poorly done.
No, yeah, the animation was fine. You know, I didn't mind it. It was just like the pacing felt a bit weird, which I guess comes with the territory of a 12-episoder, but...
And it's short.
Yeah. Then episode 2 happened, and I don't even know what happened there.
Episode 2 was... It went from like a 10 out of 10 on episode 1 to like a 5 out of 10 on episode 2. It was just such a dumpster fire episode.
Yeah, it was like... It felt like an entire story arc of a character going on a journey, just crammed into 12 minutes. Don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
I don't know how you screw this up, because all you needed to do was make an SOL. You didn't need to make stuff happen like that, because you only had much time.
Yeah. Shorts are perfect for, like, you're doing, like, one little thing. What are we doing today? I don't know. We're doing this. We're going to the piano. Play a little piano. Get some lunch. That's all the episodes have to be, and they'll be good.
Yeah, I just remember. They kept a grand piano just lying around outside, rained on all day.
Yeah, that was so dumb.
Yep.
That wasn't until a later episode, though. That was like episode 4.
Okay, so now for shows that we're actually watching. Now, to start this off, first off, this is probably the best season of anime that we've ever seen, right?
Yeah, this is pretty good. There's so much good stuff.
Yeah, like we've been watching since I want to say 2015 winter or something like that.
Yeah, when we started watching like every seasonal thing.
Like the first time we watched seasonal anime was the season with Akame ga Kill.
That was good.
And it also had Al Noir Zero, which I'm pretty sure was no wait, it was before the winter. No, because winter was when season 2 aired, so it would have been summer of 2014, I think.
Yeah, because we started watching Aldenar.
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, so this is a pretty strong.
This is the strongest one. Yep.
Yeah, like last season we finished like 2 shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely.
Let's see here. Let's see. Sort by last updated. Okay, yeah. So we watched Rascal, and Zombieland Saga,
Yep.
and that was it. And we tried to watch other stuff. We watched, I think, like 20 shows. Dropped basically all of them before we finished the first episode, and that was all we were left with by the end. And the season before that was also pretty bad. We finished like, oh god, did we just finish Hanibado? Is that it?
I think Overlord 3 was that season too. I watched that.
Okay, yeah, we didn't watch that together. So yeah, so the only show that I finished at least that season was Hanibado.
Yeah.
And you know, we've just like, oh man, I think the season before that we didn't watch anything. Like, didn't we drop everything one season?
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
So I gotta say, 2018 was by far the worst year for anime that I've seen.
For this season, though, we've jumped up to 7 shows that are probably going to watch all of them.
Like, if I sort by only shit that we... really hard to maneuver this thing. Yeah, okay, only stuff we saw in 2018. Like, this is 3, 6, 9, 11 things that I finished in 2019. Or 2018. That's already, like, only double what we have in this season alone. And the average rating is worse. Like, and the highest rated shows are still worse for me. I would not say Devilman Crybaby or Violet Evergarden are as good as Dororo is.
Yeah.
Maybe even Kaguya-sama is better.
Yeah, maybe. As long as it keeps up its, with the good jokes.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll start off from the Rising Shield Hero, which is for some reason... Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, so we'll go by my ratings, I guess, to do it, just because it's all on my screen. So, my lowest rated one is the Rising Shield Hero. It's technically on the same level of the Promised Neverland, but... No, wait, no, we'll start with the Promised Neverland. Yeah, we'll start with the Promised Neverland, because I've repeatedly called this show the worst show of the season that's worth watching.
Yeah.
So don't worry, we're going to recommend you this show, but it's going to sound like we're railing it.
So this is The Promised Neverland. It's about children in an orphanage. The orphanage is secretly evil. That's the 10 seconds view.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil it too much.
You can't say much about this without spoiling it. The first episode. At least
spoiling the first episode, yeah.
Yeah, the first episode sets up a lot of stuff, about the world and stuff.
Yeah, it's got a big plot twist in the first episode, so there's only so much we can do without spoiling it, and it is worth watching, so we really don't want to have to do that. But the point is, you know, it's not an SOL. You know what? It's not even a slight spoiler to say that the school is kind of evil, because if you watch that trailer, like, they don't explicitly say that they're doing evil stuff. But you know what? They're like, the kids are staring at the gate and they're like, man, I want to get out of this place. And there's like some eerie music going on. Like, you basically know bad shit.
Everything's draped in shadows, and they're like, I wonder what it's like on the outside world.
Also, doesn't the OP play in the first episode where they have the one character, like mom doing the evil smile? Like, that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it played in the first episode. Yeah.
The obviously evil character is also in the opening.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
we can't talk about her without spoiling her.
So basically, it's about a bunch of kids in an orphanage, and for reasons we're not going to get into, the kids want to get the hell out. Specifically, the three characters on the poster, one girl and two guys. I
Emma,
can't
Ray,
remember their names.
Norman.
Good job, Tim. Good job. You reading that off a list somewhere?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tim.
I knew Emma's name.
Yeah. I probably would have remembered it eventually. The other two were like, not coming. Yeah, so anyway, I guess we'll, like, for flaws.
There's
a
certain character.
Oh my god, okay.
Who's just terrible.
I think her name is the sister. For some reason, she doesn't have a real name. Yeah.
Because she's mom's sister. That'll make her aunt, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They call her sister.
Blame the,
all the problems on the show stem from her being an overly evil character. Unnecessarily evil. Where you're just maniacally laughing in front of children's faces just to show off how evil you are, and it's just so bad of a character.
I wouldn't even say all the problems, but like
okay, like a big problem.
The issue is that the story everything can be really melodramatic sometimes, which is really weird because, like, when you actually think about what's going on in the story, it's already pretty dark. There's some pretty terrible stuff happening. You don't need to make it really melodramatic and overact stuff, because just telling us what's going on is all you need. It's a good story. You don't need to go overboard with it. But, like, all these characters' facial expressions can be really, really crazy sometimes. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on with that manga author, but
I love the faces. They're so expressive.
Yeah, they are so extreme. They give, like, the most disgustingly evil smiles, and like sometimes they do it. The adults are doing it in front of the kids, and then the kids just don't even notice. They're like, "Oh man, what a nice smile she has." Oh, just a sec.
But it's a super evil smile.
Okay. Yeah, so I think everything wrong with the show is definitely personified the most with the sister. Like, holy crap. Like, every word out of her mouth is just so stupid. But another major issue with this show is that I've looked into the manga, and this show is only 12 episodes, and so no matter what happens, it's not gonna have a good ending. Like, based on the title of the next arc, I haven't, like, read the manga or anything, or the spoilers, but just based on the titles of each arc, I can tell you right now, the show's not gonna have a satisfying conclusion. It's gonna need a season 2. Just as well, I'm sure it's popular enough that it will get a season 2. But on the off chance it doesn't, good luck. You're not gonna be happy with it.
I'm already prepared for a disappointing ending. We're too far in for and not enough has happened for it to have a really good ending.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of brooding and slow paced because there's, like, a mystery aspect to it, and I'm really not that interested in the mystery. So
no, the mystery's pretty average.
Yeah,
There does the problem with a lot of mystery stuff is like here's a mystery thing that you would have had no way to figure out because we never mentioned anything before this episode. And then after this episode, it's not going to matter again.
Yep. Do you have anything else to say about it?
Would recommend watching the first episode at least to see if it's up your alley.
Yeah, so, I guess moving on to the Rising Shield Hero. Now, before we actually talk about this show, we'll talk about why we almost didn't watch it. Basically, I have a passionate hate for isekai anime, with No Game No Life being like the big exception. Like,
I'm okay with isekai anime.
yeah,
I won't watch every isekai, but it doesn't completely turn me off the show.
Mate, you didn't need to tell people that. Your icon's overlord. Anyway, basically, the idea, the idea behind isekais is what I hate so much. There's such blatant escapism, and like everything about the isekai is just unnecessary bullshit. Like, I'm happy to watch a fantasy anime, but to watch a fantasy anime about some pathetic loser who pissed away his whole life and then magically got his wish fulfilled to be like a cool badass in some alternate world, like that why do we need that shit thrown in? Why not just have it be a fantasy anime? It doesn't need that stuff. Like, ReZero did not need to be that. Konosuba, at least with that one as a comedy, so it didn't really hurt it. And
you died to a tractor.
Yeah, there were some jokes that worked in with it, but most of these shows do not need to be isekai when they are isekai.
So then the entire first half of this double-length first episode, it's all about how he was a pathetic loser and his magical wish to come to this fantasy world came true.
He's not as pathetic as most isekai protagonists, so I'll give him that. He's certainly up there as one of the most likable, probably the most likable, actually. Yeah, I don't even need probably. He's the most likable isekai protagonist I've ever seen, because he's just not, like, deliberately obnoxious, where it feels like you're supposed to either be him or hate him.
He is a great main character. He is a hero. He's a true hero.
Yeah, so I think we should spoil what happens in the first episode, because honestly, I don't think the first episode's plot twist was all that interesting.
Nope. Yeah, so halfway through the first episode, after it's done all of this generic, this is just a regular isekai, he's gonna do whatever he wants, he gets fucking shafted by his
partner.
The partner. Like the party partner he chose to go on his quest, because it's a very video gamey world. It's just a video game world. They're not even like trying to hide it.
Yep.
Yeah. So in his sleep, she steals all his stuff and lies to the court and the king that he raped him or raped her.
Yeah.
And then he loses everything he has and is like kicked out and branded like a monster.
Yeah, somehow he's supposed to save the world, but the government's not going to help him do that. They're like, no, you're a rapist, so we're not going to give you the supplies to save the world, but also you still have to save the world. That's on you. If you
also,
don't
he
save
can't
us, you're
leave
an
the
asshole.
world.
Yeah, and he can't leave.
And the guy that's punishing him was the guy that summoned him into this world. Doesn't make sense, but everyone now just hates him because he has the shield. People are like super racist to the shield hero because he's a hero with a shield. Shield's not a weapon, right?
Yeah, also the girl that robbed him is like a princess, so it doesn't really make sense that she would rob him because she's already rich as fuck, but whatever, man.
But this bit, right, is just... she's just an evil person, and that's it. You just have to go with that.
Yep.
But it works pretty good in the show. It lets him be a hero and do good things.
Yeah, we actually dropped this show around 20 minutes in, shortly before. Pretty much right before the girl joined his party, and so we didn't know that it gets better at the time.
Everything up to that point was super generics.
Yeah.
And just not good.
Not to mention, as a 40-minute episode, I really didn't want to finish the whole thing if it was going to be like that. So
But the next 20 minutes was good.
yeah,
Good.
so we came back to it about 3 weeks after the first episode aired. Um,
That he gets a slave, and that's totally normal in this world.
yeah, so he gets
You can own a slave, but and that's just not a crime. But rape is just a rape accusation. Is just the most heinous of crimes.
Yeah, but having a slave. Yeah. For some reason, in this fantasy world, having
Slavery is just totally fine.
slavery is cool. Not even just having a slave. Like the slaves, like there's some magic curse on them where they have to follow your every order. So you could order them to have sex with you, and there's nothing they could do about it. But just raping a woman? No, that is the most heinous crime there is. We would punish it by death if not for the fact that you were a hero. Like, come on, man.
It's also kind of weird that that curse thing is just like common knowledge, not some like weird black market shit, and everyone just sort of knows about it. That's weird. Isn't that really weird?
Yeah, it is. And then, on top of that, it's, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about the premise that I just don't like about this show.
But then, episode to episode, it's pretty good. Each episode's got a nice little story, and the characters they meet are all nice, and it's fun.
Yeah, but the antagonists of this show are just ridiculous. Like, they are so impossibly unlikable. And, like, there's the spear hero, who's, like, I guess you could call the main antagonist. No, he's sort of a rival.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. He's more of a rival. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, his thing is that he's impossibly stupid, where every time he gets in a fight with the shield hero, his girlfriend cheats to help him win, and then he's just like, and then he pretty much loses.
He doesn't pretend to not notice. He just doesn't notice her obviously cheating.
Yeah, like, this stuff. Oh hey, you use magic to blast a shield hero across the room. What? I didn't know. I thought he just like fell over magically in the middle of our fight. What happened?
Not magically, just randomly.
Yeah, so
he's a fucking idiot.
The show's pretty good about what it does with like the characters it wants you to like. It is really bad at making you not like characters because it's just so bullshit about it. Everything just feels fake when it's about the characters you're not supposed to like. But Lord knows this guy, or the writer, knows how to make you like a character and enjoy them just doing stuff. So the tone is nice and the pacing's nice and all that. And
the main characters are nice, and that's about it.
It's going to be a 25 episode series. So I think it'll cover like 4 light novels or something like that, depending on pacing, of course. But 4 would be the standard.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and so I'm relatively excited about it. I mean, I rated it a 6 out of 10, so it's not. It's better than Promised Neverland, but only slightly.
I like it. This is a very good isekai show, and I would strongly recommend it.
This is
this is.
Well, this is gonna be the 3rd isekai I finished, or 4th, because no game, no life. With ReZero and Konosuba being the other 2, and yeah, I mean, they haven't done anything to really piss me off outside of that first 20 minutes, so we'll probably finish it.
Reptilia is best girl, and I recommend this show.
I like Bird Girl, but that's okay. Yeah, so next up is How Clumsy You Are, Miss Ueno.
Ueno-san, yeah, this one's good.
Yeah, why don't you explain what the hell this show's about, because it's hard to explain.
So you got this really thirsty girl, and this dense as fuck guy, and she's just trying to get him to fall in love with her.
They're also in middle school.
They're in middle school. So the entire first episode is Ueno-san trying to convince him to drink her piss. It's great.
Yep.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she's really
She pissed in a cup and then purified it and then tried to force him to drink it.
Yeah, there's also some like weird ass technology that she uses to make her plans work. It's like some Wile E. Coyote type shit. They just never work.
It's just some conspicuous contraption that
Blows up their
does
face.
something super specific, and then now it doesn't quite work properly. And it's just the pinnacle of comedy.
Yeah, there's really not much we can say about it beyond that. It's just a comedy. There's no real story to it, and it's a short, and also it's like
That's better
divided into halves.
Yeah.
So it's like a 12-episode show, and then there's 2 6-minute clip or like stories per episode. So you know what? Just go watch it. You only have to finish the first 6 minutes to find out if you like it or not. Because the first clip was a good one. So
if you find it funny, watch it. It's pretty funny, I find.
Yeah.
Very crude humor for most of the jokes.
Yeah. So if you're not into crude humor, then you might not like it. But you know what? If you're not into crude humor, you probably don't like anime that much. Comedy in anime. Because there's not a whole lot of light humor in anime. Yeah, so I guess next up will be My Roommate is a Cat.
Now this one we had zero expectations for. Just because it looked generic.
Yeah, it's about a guy
it's really stupid
with a cat. Like, what? How do you make a show about a guy with his cat? But you know what? They did it. And so basically, how the show works is every episode, the first half is about the main character, the human, who owns the cat. And the second half, it's the same story, but from the cat's perspective, where you can hear the cat talking and stuff, but neither of them understand each other. And, it's fun. It's lighthearted. The first half is, however, never nearly as good as the second half. The cat's perspective is also always a lot funnier, largely because it adds context to what the hell the cat was doing for the first half of the episode.
It's important to note that both of us are cat people and have owned cats, so that might skew our perspective a little bit.
And I used to have a cat that looked identical to the cat from the show. He's black and white tabby or whatever you call them. Yeah, very cute. But if you were to watch it, don't be surprised if you didn't like the first half of the episode, because it's really like you really do have to see the second half to get the payoff for everything you watch here. Like, I could definitely have seen a lot of people dropping it before the halfway point, but if you finish that halfway point, you probably enjoyed the episode quite a bit.
The entire second half of the first episode was great. The cat is so adorable. Yeah,
and this show has heart too,
Yes.
The thing with the ghosts and like the other cats, like, oh my god, like.
Yeah, it's not entirely about just him and his cat. There's the neighbors and like the neighbor's cat and shit.
Yeah, it's funny. Dog. It's cute. It's sad. It's got everything you need in
it is sad.
An SOL, I guess you could call it.
There's one episode that was just it's so sad. It's a good show. Man.
I love this fucking cat. So yeah, we'll skip Mob Psycho because it's a sequel.
Yes. Save it for last.
But Mob Psycho, Kaguya-sama, and Dororo, these are the great shows. Like, watch these shows, please. They are
these
so
are
good.
The 3 I'd recommend to absolutely anyone.
Of course, you need to watch the first season of Mob Psycho, but
I already was recommending that one to everyone.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to tell you that. And it's also written by the same guy who wrote One Punch Man. Yeah, so if you liked One Punch Man, you'll probably like Mob Psycho 100 as well. But as for Kaguya-sama, I read the manga. I've been reading manga since basically chapter 20. It's on chapter 140 now, something like that. 138. Yeah. So I've been reading it for a little over 2 years on a weekly basis, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I definitely say it's not as good as it used to be, the manga anyway. But you know what? The anime hasn't gotten to the point where I'd argue it got downhill. This whole season should just cover the best parts of the manga. So, yeah, it's gonna be very fun. I fucking love this show. I think it's like one of the
I love it
funniest
too.
anime I've ever seen.
This is so good. This is fucking hilarious.
I don't usually like comedies, but this one is so good. Also, I should mention this is actually written by the same author who wrote a manga called shit, IB Instabullet, and I loved that manga too. I like, and you know, it's not even a comedy. That one. That one's like an action death game, sort of like Future Diary. So if you're into that sort of thing, you might like that too. I think it's pretty impressive that the author was able to write two extremely good stories that are completely different genres back to back. This is very unusual.
That's true.
Very few manga authors actually write more than one manga that are worth a damn. So, God bless
This one
guy.
is a comedy that takes itself super seriously. The idea is Kaguya-sama and whatever the guy's name is are madly in love with each other, but their egos are just way too big to confess love to each other. So they just do crazy serious mind games about all the smallest things they do.
Like it's like Death Note. If it was
Death
a
Note
rom-com.
level mind games, but it's about, oh, should I hold the door open for her or not?
Oh man, to give her or like to offer her this movie ticket I found lying on the ground. That is like to confess my love to her. Like
I have to make her notice the movie tickets and get her to say something about it because I can't say it, or I'll be.
And like when they turn the tables on each other, oh my god, that is just, it is so good when
It's
that
so
shit
intense
happens.
and hilarious. And
Yeah.
it is also Chica, and Chica's great.
Yeah, Chica's great too, and also then there's an ED.
bubbly.
Like first off, the OP and ED are both pretty good, but then like for the third episode, they replaced the ED with like one of the best EDs I've ever seen in my entire life, and then it just hasn't come back.
Beautiful, beautiful dance sequence.
3 episodes in a row now, they just haven't shown that god tier ED, and I don't know why, because they spent so much money on making that thing, and they just aren't giving it to us.
I just have to rewatch it on YouTube on repeat.
Yep, that's all we
They're never gonna
got.
show it at the show again.
Ah, man, that is
the show.
depressing. That is
I
truly
love the show.
depressing.
This is great.
Yeah. But again, much like The Promised Neverland, it's not going to have much of a satisfying ending. But unlike The Promised Neverland, it's not like a story-driven show. So,
So, I wasn't expecting a ending really for this.
yeah, if it just gets a read the manga ending, that's okay. And you know what? I said that there's 140 chapters now. This is probably going to animate, like, I don't know, 40 of those chapters. They are not skipping chapters. They might have skipped 1 or 2, but they're not like blitzing through it or anything to try and finish the story. So, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll get a season 2. It's pretty popular.
It is very popular for a good reason.
Yeah, they're like topping the charts on those weekly Reddit threads for most comments and upvotes and stuff. So if it's anywhere
not
near
most
as popular
golds,
in
though.
Japan, then it's gonna get a season 2 and maybe even a season 3.
For some reason, Shield Hero gets a bajillion golds and silvers on Reddit.
Yep.
Don't know why.
The people with shit taste are very passionate about their shit taste. So as for Kaguya, like it's actually made by A1 Pictures, and I think A1 typically it's not that good. I think they're like,
This is a good look. This is what you think A1 Pictures would look like.
I feel like they're like the EA of anime, where like you know that they have so much money they could do it if they wanted to, but they're just like they're sort of half-assing it, where it's like, yeah, that was good, but I know you can do better. Come on, guys. But mostly their shows just tend to be really poorly written with pretty good production value, and I don't know why. But this one obviously doesn't have that problem. And you'd swear to God it was made by Shaft if you watched it. So, good job, guys. Keep it up.
A1 does this. They occasionally put like a lot of effort into one of their shows that they know is good.
Yeah.
And it just looks better than everything else.
The production value on, like, not even just production value. The adaptation of this is a 10 out of 10. They did as good a job as you could adapting it. Good job. Like, keep up the good work. And
it does visual comedy too a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
with like the truckload of flowers.
That's just what I'm thinking. That was so. Dumps a truck of flowers.
And A1 Pictures.
So good.
If you could be so kind, adapt Instabullet while you're at it, because that shit was good too. And now for Dororo. Dororo is by far the best anime of the season. Make no mistake with this 9 out of 10. It's probably going to get a 10 out of 10 by the end. So Dororo gives me a lot of Inuyasha flashbacks. In that it basically takes place in feudal era Japan. And it's about like a swordsman who goes around killing demons.
Like Samurai Jack.
Yeah, and like I just love this shit. Like everything is so good. The music is good. The OP and ED are great. The animation is really, really good. It's like an adaptation of a manga from the 1960s. It already got a 1969 adaptation, but they're doing it again, and my God, are they doing it well.
Yeah, it is so good. The setup for this is so simple. He's born without any limbs except a mouth hole. It's got a little mouth hole. And he's got to kill the demons to get his power back.
Yeah, each time he slays a demon, he gets a little bit of his body back. One time he got a leg, one time he got, like, ears, all that. He was like this broken chunk of flesh. He got saved by some dude who makes prosthetic limbs for war veterans and all that.
On corpses.
Yeah, and corpses and children and all that. And this is like, what do they call it in Full Metal Alchemist? The limbs?
What? Oh, the limbs.
Yeah.
The
like Edward had limbs.
There was a really cool word for
Something male, was it?
Yeah. That Iron Nail, maybe. They're just really cool prosthetics. He has really cool prosthetics.
Yeah, like they move around and stuff. The guy explained that you can move the prosthetics around with your nerves or something. So that part is like that goes beyond the whole demonic shit. Like that's the one part where it's like this is not the real world aside from the demons, because like. It's basically
the demons really break my immersion.
It's real world feudal era Japan. Also, there's demons. Also, there's prosthetic limbs that are really bullshitly effective. Much better than what we have in the. They're a lot like the 3D printed ones that we're just getting now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so the characters are really endearing. Like
Dororo's great.
Mia was such a good character. Holy fuck. I loved her whole arc. And yeah. So I can't wait to see more side characters. I want to see what
Weird Priest guy is also pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's supporting them as they go. Here and there sometimes. I don't know how he follows them.
Yeah, episode 2 was like the only episode that introduced side characters where you're like, God damn, I don't give a fuck about these characters. But even then, the story of the episode was good. Yeah. And for the most part, each episode is like a closed off story. It's not like it's not like one of those shows that you could just watch it in some random order. Like, it's not like Cowboy Bebop, where it's like this show was made to be watched on TV, where with few exceptions, you could just watch episodes without knowing what came before that. It's like you kind of have to watch the episodes in order, but at the same time, it's like...
Each episode is a satisfying story in itself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you could...
Every episode stands alone.
Yeah, like... it definitely doesn't feel bad watching this show on a weekly basis. Aside from the fact that it's so good, like it's not like Game of Thrones where it's like, holy shit, you need to know what happens next every episode. Like with this, it's like, oh, that was a nice episode. Next week's gonna be nice.
I'd also like to thank the show for its very good choreographed fights. All the sword fights they do are very good.
That one where he like explodes the guy's face in the last episode we watched. Holy shit!
Oh, it's so good.
Like we were hyping it up, like yeah, kill these fuckers, and then he jumps out like holy shit!
He shows them his anger. Everything he does with the sword is so clean. The cuts are clean. The fighting's clean.
Just styles on some kids.
And it's all animated, too. It's none of this, like, bullshit.
CG.
There was a fight, but we didn't show anything.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, there's no bullshit CG. There's not very many still frames at all. There's very few, like, bullshit cuts where it's like, yeah, we're showing the corner of the room as they're killing each other. Fuck that garbage. No, none of that. These guys are hitting it out of the park. And, you know, this is almost certainly going to wrap up the whole show in just 12 episodes because they said there's like 12 or 13 demons. And so far he's slayed pretty much one demon per episode. And it seems really unlikely that somehow the pacing on that is just going to go out the window and end up making it a 24 episoder or like get it to season 2 or something. Like that's probably not going to happen. The show's going to be done at the end of the season, and you know what? I'm okay with that. And
yeah, it's going to be a great story.
If this is not the best anime of the season, this was a good year. I mean, sorry, best anime of the year. This was a good year.
Yeah, you gotta be pretty good to beat this one.
But nothing's stopping us from getting anime of the season. Like, Mob Psycho and Kaguya-sama, there is a big gap there.
Yeah.
Like, watch both of those shows, but watch Dororo more.
Watch all of Dororo.
Yeah, because we had this friend who wanted to watch Dororo with us, and now I need to watch, like, 4 episodes with him all over again. And we just watched those 4 episodes yesterday, and I don't even mind that much. So, you know.
Watch it again. It's good.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying.
Oh, hell yeah. I hope this gets a good dub. I really do. I want to see the show get a good dub and end up on, like, Toonami or something so more people can watch it. Because it deserves it.
Perfect for, Western streaming. It's so good.
Good luck casting the kid, though. Just get the person who did in Naruto to voice him. Fuck it.
But then he's gonna sound like Naruto.
Yeah, he will. But you know what? People will enjoy it. People who like dubs, they probably like the voice of Naruto. English dubs, that is. Yeah, so lastly is Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. Now, you're going to have to skip over this if you don't want us to spoil Mob Psycho 100 Season 1, because it's kind of hard to talk about a sequel without talking about Season 1, and quite frankly, you shouldn't be watching this if you haven't seen the first season. This part.
We're just going to assume everyone Season 1 if they care about Season 2.
So hopefully I remember to put in a timestamp or something. Anyway, for Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, you know, it starts off, like, probably, like, a few days after, I think, after the first season ended. And so, you know, like, Reagan's doing all right and all that after everything that happened. And so the first episode is just, like, kind of an SOL sort of episode. It's like what's going on in his school life, and like he gets a girlfriend, and that's all great. And like I really like that episode. I thought it was the highlight of the show for up until like the newest episode.
The recent episodes.
And, like, for some reason, like, he gets that girlfriend and all this shit happens in his personal life, and then they just don't bring it up for, like, 4 episodes. It just doesn't get mentioned, and it's just, like, villain of the week bullshit. And, you know, not that the episodes were bad, but it just felt really bad having to watch that stuff.
They set up a continuing story in episode 1 to not continue it in episodes 2, 3, and 4.
Or 5.
And only bring it... 5, yeah. And then bring it back up at episode 6.
Yep.
It's like, it's weird. It was a bit weird. But the individual episodes I found quite enjoyable.
Yep.
Everything is gorgeous. The psychic powers are gorgeous.
They still haven't reached the high of that fight with what's-his-face. The guy with all the piercings where he, like, kicks him into the sky and shit. Like, that fight.
That fight.
I really hope we get something to match that, because that was so good.
The fight inside from, was episode 6, inside the guy's mind was really cool, though. Different kind of cool, but still very cool.
Yeah.
All the flashy colors and the I don't even know what went on, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, like the fight in the first season was more like
an actual fight.
Like very unique. Like the way the characters were animated in their movements, it reminded me a lot of the Naruto versus the Six Paths of Pain fight, where the guy's face was jiggling all over the place whenever he got hit. I loved that shit. That looked so good. There's unfortunately you haven't seen that, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what? I haven't seen anything else that looks like that, so it's hard to compare it to anything else.
It's just very good animation.
Yeah, it's one of the best animated scenes I've ever seen in a TV show. Movies have definitely topped it though. And I think, like, I'm pretty sure that season 2 is supposed to end it based on how the manga is being paced. Not that I've read the manga, I just, like, looked into what chapter we're at relative to the manga, and based on that pacing, it seems quite likely that this season is going to finish it all, which is a real surprise. They must have skipped a lot of content because it's like 100 chapters being adapted into only 25 episodes.
Did they cut out a whole like middle arc maybe?
No idea. I didn't check into it. I just figured out what chapter they're on. And right now they're on like chapter 70. So, whatever.
They must have cut something then. There's no way. But they get a satisfying ending. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be nice. I want to see Mob's arc get a nice ending. It's very interesting that we've got this protagonist who's like a bit of a pacifist, really, but he's kind of stuck fighting. Like that's, like his story of being so strong that he can kick anyone's ass, but he doesn't want to fight. It's nice. It really is the opposite of One Punch Man.
Yeah. Same sort of idea, but not.
With a complete opposite protagonist. So, hopefully.
There's so many ways they could end this. And if there is a satisfying ending, the season's going to be amazing.
Yeah, because the manga is over, by the way. It's been over for, I think, a year or two now. So there is an ending. Yeah, there is an ending. And I didn't hear anyone bitching about it, so
it's probably good.
At least it's not going to end as bad as Bleach. We know that.
Yeah.
So that's all we... or do you have anything else to say about any of these shows?
No, I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, okay. So that's all we got to say about the currently airing shows. So we're going to talk about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. We have done a lot of ranting together about...
mostly complaining.
Yeah, mostly complaining about the last 2 years of awards. I wish we got those on tape, because those were very fun conversations to have. We even talked about what we expected to get nominated, as well as what our thoughts were on the nominations, but that's not on tape either. This is all you're getting.
Should have wrote down my expectations. I mostly forgot.
I feel like we're gonna remember it because that's what happened the last two times.
Yeah.
Where we just randomly remembered at the end. Like, oh, for fuck's sake, I thought this was gonna win or that. Like, but hopefully we're not gonna have to check to another window. Like, hopefully this tab, which we haven't seen because we didn't want to spoil it, is gonna tell us who was nominated, and we're not gonna have to open a second page to figure out the nominations because that'd be a real pain in the ass. But anyway, moving on to part 2 of this video. Oh man, nah, it looks like we are gonna have to figure out where the nominations were. So
Oh, I spoiled the first one. Great.
nah, that's fine. Oh my god, I scrolled down a lot. Okay, we're hopefully I figure out how to video edit stuff so no one sees that. I wasn't even looking at what I had on my screen. I was just looking at the first one. But yeah, best protagonist. Okay, so
Slime.
you know I can't even hide this from my screen because my screen's 1440 vertical resolution, so there's no hiding that. It's just on there. There's nothing I can do. I just know who won. But yeah, so I guess can you open up the nominations and then send the link to me?
I'm trying to go find that for 2019.
2018.
2018, yeah. Gotta find a nice juice. They're in a different order than they are on the... I think this is it. But they're all in a different order.
Oh, that's fine.
No, it's so inconvenient. Best protagonist. Oh, these are some weak protagonists. I'm not surprised the slime one, except...
I already know I was pissed off about the best protagonist, but you know what? We already said at the beginning of this video, this was the worst year we've ever seen for anime, so you know what? I really don't care if they screwed things up, so...
Slime's not a bad second place.
Yeah, so the options were, oh, for fuck's sake, right? I wanted Violet Evergarden to win this one. I was hoping she'd just, by the way, I'm gonna say it right now, I thought Violet Evergarden should have just swept this whole, awards, because, I just thought it was so much better than everything else, other than to some extent Devilman Crybaby, but most people didn't like, or, not most, a lot of people didn't like Devilman Crybaby because it's weird ass art style and subject matter, so I wouldn't have been surprised if Devilman Crybaby just got railed in the
I didn't like Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, but Violet Evergarden was such a good show. The protagonist was probably the highlight of the show, so I don't know what the hell happened that Slime beat Violet Evergarden, but I am pissed. Also,
it's got to be a bit of recency bias in there. Slime just aired.
But you know, of course. And Violet Evergarden aired as far back as you possibly could.
Yeah, that's about it. So I'm not super surprised that Slime won.
Yeah, I think all of these protagonists, other than what's her name? Yumiko from Kakaguri. And Violet Evergarden were crap. Joe from Megalobox, people like Joe, or liked Megalobox, but honestly, if you really think he's a good protagonist, I don't know what to tell you, because he really... The hype does not make him a well-written or interesting character. If you remove all of the hype from that show and just make Joe doing stuff, the show is garbage, because no one gives a shit about Joe. Anyone who says Joe's a good protagonist is just completely incapable of separating him from the rest of the show.
He's a protagonist from a good show, not a good protagonist. He basically rides on how good the show was. He could have been anyone.
He's not...
He is anyone. He's like a Joe. He's just...
Yeah, he's just an average Joe.
He's an average Joe, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's... he's not a terrible protagonist. The show's not worse for having Joe, but he does not do fuck all to make it better, so whatever. And then this guy, what's his name? Sakuta Asugawa. This guy was just a blatant ripoff of, what's his name from Monogatari? Araragi. Yeah. He's just a worse version of him,
probably.
like, as was the entire show, so whatever. But, it was popular. Probably more popular than Monogatari, because a lot of people are turned
Wasn't
off
even
by Monogatari for some reason.
Monogatari's too scary to watch.
And I don't know anything about Ritsuko, but you know what? I'm just really pissed off that Violet didn't win this one. She was the best character here, and I don't like it. So hopefully I can scroll down with middle mouse button. Yeah, okay. Best antagonist. I didn't have to spoil it. Best antagonist. So the options are Yuri from Megalobox. Why are they not ordered properly on this link? Whatever.
It's so inconvenient.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't mean, like, that the awards are not listed properly. It's, like, the pictures of the characters. Yeah.
Yuri's...
Okay, Yuri from
on the
Megalobox. Like, the thing about Yuri from Megalobox is he's more likable than Choe was, because... Oh my god. I'm sorry, we're gonna cut that out. We're gonna cut that out. What the hell was I thinking? Yeah, the point is he's more likable than the main character.
Leave out all those spoilers, it's fine.
Yeah. Now, the manga as well. Or no, sorry, I'm gonna go in order. Ryu from Devilman Crybaby. Like, I can't even explain why he's a likable or why he's a good antagonist without explaining it. But he is the first antagonist, essentially. If you catch my drift. So, great bad guy. I like him. Yeah, so probably he just wins this award. We're also going to have to censor out this character from Gridman, because apparently this character was not clearly an antagonist at the beginning. It's like a plot twist or something. We didn't like Gridman, so we don't know.
But she was obviously an antagonist. She was setting up evil shit in, like, the 3rd episode.
Was she?
Yeah!
People were saying, like, everywhere that it's spoilers to list her as an antagonist. On Reddit, anyway.
But, I don't know. She seemed like an antagonist. Not from they first introduced her, but, like, the next episode.
Huh. There's some cat thing from Golden Kamuy, or maybe it's a guy, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's probably not gonna win.
I thought that shit sucked. Whatever.
The best option.
Oh, right, I skipped over it again. Whatever. Yeah, Momonga, he's not even a real antagonist. Fuck off, guys. Like, it was best villain last year, and like, he is a villain, but he's not an antagonist. An antagonist, by definition, is the person who opposes the protagonist of the story. The antagonist can be the hero if the protagonist is the villain. You could have a show about some serial killer rapist, and then the cops are not the villains. They're the antagonists.
Yeah, the antagonist.
And then just like that, the guy who goes around raping people, he's not the antagonist. He is just a villain / protagonist. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened here, but
if this was called Best Villain, he would fit perfectly, because Wonka's a villain.
Yeah, but then if he's the best villain, then Yuri doesn't belong there, because he's just a boxer who's on the opposite side of the main character. Like, he's not a villain for being like if you go for those WWE storylines, then yeah, he's the villain. But
he's barely an.
Like, he's not a terrible person or anything. He's a better person than the protagonist, so whatever.
I hope Momonga wins. No bias.
I mean, I think that, like, no question, I think Rio from Devilman Crybaby should win. If anyone else had to win, then Yuri. I mean, I assume Yuri wins just by being on a more popular show. That or Momonga. And then, look...
All for one, though. That's the most popular show.
Look, I didn't finish My Hero Academia. I already know that, actually, he just wins from being from the most popular show that also just happened to finish airing right before these awards. So, kind of bullshit.
The awards were, like, right... Was it, like, right after that fight?
Recency bias plagues the shit out of this stuff.
I scrolled down. It's
Wait.
okay,
And it
fine,
is
right.
All for One.
Oh,
Yeah, what are the odds? Oh shit! I scrolled down to Best Boy. We'll censor that one too.
You can just censor everything you fuck up.
Well, you know what? I'll do it anyway.
I had a joke there, but if I said it, you would have censored it.
Just say it.
Chinese.
Yeah, so fucking All for One wins this one. Look, I didn't watch My Hero Academia. Obviously, we didn't watch every show that could possibly get nominated. I mean, I've watched the first few episodes of season 3, but unfortunately, I can't speak too much about how he is as an antagonist. But you know what? These same people fucking voted for what's-his-face from Slane from season 2 in as the best antagonist of the year, and that guy fucking sucks. That guy ruined the show for me. Like,
All for One is way better.
And then season 3 starts, and then, you know, the guy's already dead, and everyone's sucking this guy's dick off. I'm obviously gonna have to censor that, too.
Or just mark this whole section as spoilers, boom, problem solved.
Yeah, problem solved. Yeah, we'll just do that. And so, like, I just don't know how anyone could like Slane, but I gotta assume All for One is
just because
it was terrible. You read the manga, right? Do you know anything about All for One?
Yeah, he's super evil.
Is he a good antagonist?
He's a lot better than Stain. He's basically like Stain.
Just a stain on the whole series.
Yeah, he's got like the power that perfectly counters, and is like the opposite, and they're like destined to fight, kinda, sorta.
Terrific.
It's good.
Terrific.
It's one for all for one. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. Anyway, moving on to Best Boy. Gonna have to scroll through all this shit. No, it's at the top, is it?
It's near the top. Yep.
No, alright.
They're
Best Boy. Okay, there we go.
There's only one choice I would have, and that's the guy from Zombieland Saga.
Okay, Honda-san. Don't know about him. But this is like Best Boy and Best Girl are essentially like waifu and husbando. And so, you know, like we gotta say like they're the character you would want to marry or something, I guess, if we were gay. But like, you know, we're not. Like, you know, then a lot of it is how attractive they are, and another part of it is how likable they are, not as like not how entertaining they are, but how good of a partner they'd be or something.
God damn, he's reading so much into
Tim,
this.
shut the fuck up, okay? And so, look, I'm not gonna marry a fucking dog thing, whatever this shit is. I'm not gonna marry a skull face thing. That's not gonna happen. I'd marry a
skull face thing.
And
Honda-san's a cutie.
So really, there's only 4 people that are even slightly eligible here, and
you're not gonna cut out the child, okay? Okay.
Maybe someday. Who knows, man?
There's only one option.
Yeah, we're not too old for that
and
shit.
It's the guy from Zombieland Saga.
Maybe we are, never mind.
Or Deku.
I don't know. I mean, Zombieland Saga is the most likable character. Deku has won, like, 2 years in a row on this same thing, so fuck you, viewers.
So it's gonna be him again.
Like... Oh, man, I just hate... Like, I think he's overrated. Maybe this year he does deserve it. I don't remember what the last 2 years' nominations were, but...
See, this is what's gonna happen, is people that only watch My Hero Academia are gonna vote for Deku. And people that watch other shows are gonna be split between all the other guys.
Like, these two
so Deku wins.
Aren't even slightly eligible. This guy is just a shit protagonist. Fuck, what's his name from Bunny Girl? Like,
yeah,
like
doesn't matter.
He's just a ripoff of Araragi, and he's not even a likable one. So you know what? Get the fuck out. Joe, we've already said he's kind of shit. He doesn't really do anything. Like, why would you marry Joe? Like, I don't know.
He's rich and strong.
Yeah, he's got rippling muscles and stuff. Is he even rich? Doesn't he still, like, have a gym out in the middle of nowhere without a roof?
Okay, so maybe he's not rich.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he paid all his money off to the Yakuza anyway, or whatever, so I don't think he's rich.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just Deku and Kotaro. So
Gotara.
I guess I'd say Deku because he's cuter. It pisses me off that he actually deserves to win one after 2 years of getting one that I assume he doesn't deserve it. Really, he shouldn't even be eligible after winning it like 2 years in a row. But you know what? I don't
No,
make
he's
these
still
awards.
the best. So.
If I made these awards, they'd be very different. I just deliberately cut out shonen protagonists and all that shit just so they don't win by bullshit viewer numbers. But that's out of my control. I don't get to do that. And I've already spoiled it for myself. It's Deku. Deku wins Best Boy. Imagine that.
No.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I spoiled Best Girl. It's probably not going to surprise you, though. I really need a lower resolution monitor. This shit's killing me.
There's a lot of good choices here in Best Girl.
Did you know that... Wait, did you know that blue-haired girl is apparently a tranny?
Yeah.
I didn't notice. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Like an episode.
Buddy, I spent a lot of that episode on Reddit for some reason. I don't remember why. This shit just happens.
Well, because it was her episode.
A lot of the times we're watching this stuff together, and you'll just hear me say random facts about the voice actors and stuff. There's a reason for that. I'm zoned out for when that shit's going on, and this was one of those times where I wasn't paying attention. I didn't give a shit about what was going on. So, first off, I'm not even, I don't know, pre-op or post-op might not even be
Yikes.
eligible, really, when you think about it. But, or wait.
She wasn't even the best girl in the show, though.
Was Ryu, or was this kid a boy going as a girl, or a girl going as a boy? I guess it's gotta be a boy going as a girl, right?
No, I don't remember.
Because he's an idol, and he goes around wearing a skirt. Whatever. Okay, we'll just assume that she is eligible. Whatever.
She's not gonna win because Bunny Girl Senpai's there.
Yeah, well, obviously. I wouldn't be surprised if the character from Laid Back Camp deserved it. Wait, Honey Botto aired this year. How did Honey Botto not just sweep this shit? Fuck you guys.
Honey Botto would get nominated for anything, so
yeah.
I guess no one watched it, even though it was pretty good. Shit,
wait, who was Best Girl in Honey Botto again? Oh, right, the main character probably deserved to be nominated for Best Protagonist.
Yeah.
Best Girl was the girl with the brownish hair who didn't play. And
she was so supportive.
Yeah, damn shame that is. So, again, we didn't watch everything because most of these shows sucked, but, I wouldn't be surprised if Laid Camp... Wait, did you watch Laid Back Camp?
Only some of it. I didn't really like it.
Did she deserve it?
Yeah, she was pretty cute.
Okay. Golden Kamui was extra bad, and I didn't like the character from the first episode either, so... I'm gonna just say that I don't think she deserved it, and you know what? If she turns out better later on, I don't give a shit. I'm actually gonna watch A Place Farther Than the Universe eventually, so that's the one thing I feel bad about. That's the one show where I should have watched it in preparation for this awards show. I fucked up. My bad, guys. I'm sorry.
Unlucky.
Hinamatsuri, I gave that a shot. I really did. I'm sorry. I just didn't like it, so I just don't have much to weigh in here. I'm pretty much comparing this character and this character in my head, and
I don't know which one's which.
Mai and Lily.
Mai and Lily are my two choices.
I just give
I think
to
it's.
Mai. I guess
I think it's just Mai because it's more popular.
I don't even think Mai's a good character either. This
she's
is
the best girl.
I probably only watched the show with the two worst characters, by the way. I think they both were pretty shit, but... Well, I guess people like the endearing story of Lily being, a fucking, what's the way, whatever, I'm not even gonna try and use the word, because I don't know what the least offensive way to describe it is. The point is, I didn't notice that, because I wasn't paying attention, and so I don't care about her as a character.
It's like a lot of the whole episode.
The other 11 episodes that I did pay attention to, she was pretty shit. So you know what? If one episode is what people are going off of, I don't give a shit. That one episode's not going to carry the character through the rest of the show. Yeah. So whatever.
So, Bunny Girl it is.
Mai
That's
obviously wins, and probably I wouldn't be surprised if she deserved it, I guess. No, I would, because there's a girl from a place farther than the universe, which is supposed to have all-star girls. Oh god, I almost spoiled it. I didn't quite see it, I swear. I kind of saw it after I said that, though. Opening. Yeah, best opening sequence. This is, OP and ED are a pain in the ass to talk about just because, you know, they're videos, and we're not going to show the videos in this, but, best OP, I still basically remember all of these OPs. Kakegurui just sweeps this shit. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about any of these shows other than Kakegurui for OP.
I didn't watch Kakegurui, but that OP is... it's clean. It is very good in all aspects of opening. To
me, it was Kakegurui, and then I guess Pop Team Epic, and nothing else even deserved a nomination. Like, there are 6 nominations here because there's 6 nominations for every other award. Like, you didn't need 6 things. The rest are all shit. They're just there for
filler.
Yeah, just to fill in the blanks.
Wasn't this like the worst JoJo opening?
Yes, this was the worst JoJo opening. Unless the one before that is also bad, because I didn't see that one yet. Yeah, so that's unfortunate, but I already accidentally spoiled it, so I know that who really wins. The winner of Best OP is Darling in the Franxx. Go fuck yourself, everybody, for voting for a show that you like instead of the show that deserved it. This wasn't even like a character. Like, I kind of understand. Like, Mai wins because people didn't watch all 6 of those shows. I didn't watch all 6 of those shows, so I can't really judge people too much on that. But this is OP. You needed 5 goddamn minutes to watch them all. No, sorry, it's 9 minutes. 9 goddamn minutes to find out who deserved it. And also, these were the best anime OPs of the year, allegedly. So, you know...
Might as well watch them. Out if you're not.
Supposedly, they should all be worth watching, yeah. And people just voted for Darling in the Franxx because it's the most popular show. Like, god fucking damn it. Like... Come on, man. Go watch the Kakegurui opening. That is one of the best OPs I have ever seen in my entire life. And the fact that it didn't win is just like... It was robbed. Like, generally when stuff in these awards get robbed, it's like they didn't even get nominated. This is one of the few ones where it's like, you're
just sitting right there and no one voted for it.
I really hope the people watching this video aren't the people that voted for Darling in the Franxx, because then I'm just railing our audience. But you know what? Kakegurui deserved this one. It was so much better. Go watch that OP. I don't care much about the show, but the OP was good.
Did watch the show. Doesn't matter. It's a good OP.
Okay,
that's what the award. Best ending is next.
Okay, best ED is... Okay, so, yeah, we did watch them all. Wait, there was 2 from... I didn't realize there was 2 from Fooly Cooly, but, I mean, I don't remember there being 2. We did watch them all when the awards were announced, though. I remember being... saying that it was Attack on Titan that deserved it. And I don't think Attack on Titan's ED was that good. It was a pretty good ED, but...
It wasn't good, it was just the best of these.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there. I don't think it was a good year for EDs. Or if it was, and there's something I'm missing, it's because we didn't watch a lot of shows this year. You know what? 2019, we'll have a lot to talk about, because we've got 3 or 4 good EDs already. And it's only spring, winter.
Seasons.
Yeah, also, I'm pretty confident that either Attack on Titan or Megalobox wins. Could be either, because they were both pretty popular.
Probably Attack on Titan, because it was just a better ED.
Attack on Titan. Praise
Equally
be.
popular. Yep. Okay.
Okay, that is probably... No, that and Deku are the only... No, and Mai. Sorry, wait, so I've agreed with 3 out of...
They've all just been
3
the
out of
most
6.
popular ones so
Oh,
far.
yeah, so far. 3 out of 6 that I agree with is not bad, at least for the ones that got nominated. There could be something I'm forgetting about that just didn't even get nominated. Best voice actor performance, like this, right? And there's an English one as well, which like doesn't even matter because most shows didn't get English dubs. And also this is on Crunchyroll of all places, which is kind of a place designed for subtitles. So I don't know why there's an English one for that, but oh well, not my call. Oh right, I know why. It's because they at the time they had a deal with Funimation going on, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, rip that deal.
Okay, so best Japanese performance. Okay, so Mamoru Miyana from Zombieland Saga. Wait, did they mess up his name in one of them? Because there was another
That's
one.
That's the name of the voice.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, yeah. So Kotaro Tatsumi, he was pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if he deserved it.
I liked the way he yelled at people. That was fun.
Agretsuko, God no. Miki Makimura from... Oh, that girl from Devilman Crybaby. No, I mean, she wasn't bad, but best of the year, no. Akane from SSSS Gridman. Maybe. I didn't watch it.
I guess.
Not into Godzilla type shit, but it could be. I won't argue with that. Wouldn't be surprised if she won just by popularity. Honda-san. I thought he did a good performance. So I wouldn't be mad if he won. I just really doubt it, because who watched that show, really? And Ryushima from Laid Back Camp. Maybe, but honestly, I kind of doubt it since it's an SOL. You're really... The thing about acting awards...
She's not acting, she's just being a normal voice, right?
Yeah, like...
It's supposed to be a normal voice.
Like, they need to act out what you give to them. So, a lot of these ones, it's like, yeah, maybe you are the best actor here, but it doesn't matter because you were doing, like, an SOL where nothing happened and you didn't get to act emotional or anything. I probably think, from what I've seen, that Honda-san deserves to win it, but I fully expect Kotaro from Zombieland Saga to win it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was the most... Oh, my bad. I'm pretty sure that was the most popular of the year, and it also just aired, so recency bias gives it a pretty good chance. Yep, there we go.
Easy peasy. Next one.
Best English performance. We didn't watch an English dub, so we're just gonna, I guess we'll read out the names.
It's All Might.
Okay.
It's always All Might.
I'm sure it is. Okay, so Haruko.
It's the only one I saw in English, or listened to it in English.
Well, I saw the first season for a little bit. Haruko from Fooly Cooly. I really doubt it. I didn't see the new season, but I saw the dub for the original show. Like, holy fuck, did that dub suck ass. So
this is the same.
If that one wins, then this was a bad year for dubs.
Just checking to see if All Might's the same voice actor for season 1.
Obviously, All Might wins. No real question
United
there.
States.
Retsuko from Agretsuko. Highly doubt it. Narrator from... Wait,
what?
From Middle... Wait, what the fuck? David Wald as the narrator. The narrator from Mr. Tonagawa Middle Management Blue... Wait, what? But that's not on the list. There's a picture of Bakugo. Why did they put a picture of Bakugo? What is this show? What is Mr. Tonagawa Middleman? What the fuck?
Maybe he voiced Baku as well.
0-2 and Violet Evergarden. God willing, Violet Evergarden wins this one. Wait, there's an English dub for Violet Evergarden? Why is it not on Blu-ray? God damn, I wanted to buy this.
It's on Netflix.
Oh my god, right. Fuck you, Netflix. Netflix doesn't release Blu-rays for by far most of their stuff. And I want that shit. I love my Blu-ray collection. And I can't get Violet Evergarden because fucking Netflix owns the rights to it. Fuck you, Netflix. Give me my Blu-rays. I will pay you money.
They don't want your money.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure you already know.
The winner is All Might.
Yeah, All Might. Whatever. People just like that. That's probably the only one people actually watched in the dub because it's a shonen, so it makes sense to watch dubbed. Like that's just, it's so popular that you're bound to see a lot of people watching the English dub for it. Whereas, like, other than Violet Evergarden, which of course got its Samuel dub as well, like nothing else I assume was really watched dubbed. Yeah. Okay, the next one.
Next is
oh
Best
shit! Oh fuck! God damn it! Not again! Not a fucking again! Best Director. God damn it! Okay, so I realized while I was gone that for the first section of this video, I wasn't really swearing much. If at all. Like, once or twice, yeah. But because I wasn't bitching about anything, I didn't really, like, get upset
You didn't have
enough.
to use your angry
Yeah.
language.
But for this, I'm just bitching about every single award, other than, like, one or two of them, so I swear a whole lot. Probably not going to censor that out. There's too much to cut it out at this point.
Just
Okay.
make it non-PG for the second half.
So Best Director, I wish that I had seen A Place Further Than the Universe for this. Maybe it deserves it. I do not know. Violet Evergarden. Animation was on point for that. Animation. Direction was on point for that. Everything was on point about this show. Like I said, I think it just deserves to win pretty well everything, so... Oh shit, right, Violet Evergarden wasn't even nominated for Best Girl. Fuck you people! God fucking damn it. How?
She was there for Best Protagonist.
Yeah, but she didn't win it!
Yeah. That's true.
God damn it. Okay, so... Yeah, I'd say Violet Evergarden probably deserves to win out of all these. Banana Fish was absolute trash. Planet With, I have heard positive things about the story, but we watched the first 3 episodes and we thought it was fucking garbage, didn't we, Tim?
Yeah,
Fuck.
it was...
Choo.
Yeah, you've said Tim like 12 times. It is fine.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, Planet With... I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really get it. I didn't really like it.
Yep.
It was a weird show.
And it was ugly as hell, and like I said, I don't watch ugly shows.
Oh, I would have watched it if it was better. It's just not good and ugly.
Yep. Megalobox, I don't know what the hell it's doing here. Nothing special about that. So pretty much, Devilman Crybaby, Violet Evergarden, and A Place Farther Than the Universe, any one of these could get it, and I really wouldn't care. They all deserve it, quite frankly.
Yeah, they're all good for different reasons.
Personally, I'd give it to Violet Evergarden. I mean, again, Place Farther Than
Probably,
the Universe.
yes.
I don't know that A Place Farther Than the Universe doesn't deserve it, or does, but from what I've seen in the trailer in the first, 2 episodes, I can willingly say, yeah, probably if it got it, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Maybe Devilman Crybaby. Yeah, I'd probably say Devilman Crybaby deserves to win it just for being the most unique looking. Like Violet Evergarden and A Place Farther Than the Universe are just really well done Kyoto animation, whereas Devilman Crybaby, nothing looks like that. It's gorgeous. Looks crazy. A lot of people hate it though. A lot of people did not like that animation. Yeah. And let's see who won. Not that we really need to, because I accidentally spoiled it because of my mouse sensitivity and stuff. Wait, can I?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the keyboard seems to be better for it. Best Animation's next one, and of course, yes, director for Devilman Crybaby, Masaki Yuasa. Never heard of him.
Beautiful.
Best Animation.
Uh, Violet Evergarden. It's got to win something.
Okay, it's the first one on the list.
It's at the top. Yep.
So the options are My Hero Academia, Devilman Crybaby, Bloom Into You, Megalobox, A Place Farther Than the Universe, and Violet Evergarden. Bloom Into You, get the fuck out. This is just there to fill in the space.
That's just filler.
It does not.
My Hero was.
To be there.
I mean,
My Hero
well
does not deserve to be here. It's well animated for a shonen anime. It's
nothing spectacular though.
I don't know what the hell this show is doing here. No, I do. It's just people voting for stuff that they watched. Like they watched it and it didn't look bad, so they voted it up. Like honestly, to all our viewers, if you've seen any of these shows other than Bloom Into You as well as My Hero Academia, we shouldn't have to tell you like that. This just is one of these things. Two of these things are not like the others, and there are 4 true nominations here, and those are the only ones we're gonna actually talk about. Megalobox.
It's good.
Looks good. Looks good.
Like the style, like the
yeah,
a lot of good things, but still Violet Evergarden, right? Or I guess A Place Further in the Universe is pretty good.
Devilman.
I haven't seen it, so.
As for Devilman Crybaby, the thing about that is like sometimes it doesn't look as good as other times. It's got such a unique art style, and while I praised the direction because of that, as for animation, because it doesn't look as good a lot of the time as these other 2 shows, I can't give it best animation. It's cool that they thought about all the crazy stuff they were going to do to make it look different, but it doesn't make it look better.
Yeah. Violet Evergarden is consistently gorgeous.
And A Place Farther Than the Universe. And they're made by the same guys. So I don't even think they'd be pissed off if we gave it to one or the other.
Yeah, they're both.
Oh, wait, aren't they?
Well, then it's going to know it's Violet Evergarden. It's popular.
No, A Place Farther Than the Universe is Madhouse. Wow, I didn't know that. I was sure it was Kyoto. It looks so good. Fuck, Madhouse hit it out of the park on that one.
Yeah, Madhouse.
Yeah, so then they would get pretty pissed off if we gave it to one or the other.
I still think Violet for the win.
I'd go with Violet just because it gives you more to work with. Like there were a couple action scenes, and so there's more to make it look good. From the episodes I've seen of A Place Farther Than the Universe, the first 2.5 episodes, I wouldn't say that it looks better than Violet Evergarden. When they're showing the exact same shit of a character standing there doing nothing, it looks about as good. Both of them look incredible. But, one thing is an SOL, the other one is whatever you want to call Violet Evergarden. Character going on a journey around the world, a whole lot of cool stuff happens.
Adventure.
Yeah, so probably that one deserves it, but who knows? Maybe something happens at the end of A Place Farther Than the Universe I don't know about. Let's see who wins.
Yes.
Violet Evergarden. Praise be, praise be.
Yeah, he won something.
Best film. Okay, again. Best film is going to be a really bullshit one because we don't know what the rules are for this. There was stuff that came out in 2018 that deserved to be nominated but wasn't, and there was stuff that came out in 2017 that we're pretty sure was past the cutoff point where it didn't get subtitled, and so it didn't get nominated for 2017, but we thought it deserved to be in there. And so that
big one,
some of them just slipped through.
No Game, No Life, Zero slipped through the cracks.
Yep, would have given it to No Game, No Life, Zero for this year. Not last year, though. But this year I would have.
Yeah.
So
then we just have 6 movies.
Yeah, so I wasn't into Liz and the Bluebird. My Hero Academia, the movie, that's there because it's My Hero Academia. I've seen enough shonen movies to know it's crap. I haven't watched this movie. I haven't even tried to watch this movie. It is a shonen movie. I have seen 20 of these things. No joke. Because I've seen all the Naruto movies, all the Inuyasha movies, a bunch of the One Piece movies. I tried to watch all these things. They're always crap. Some of them are better than others. but I refuse to believe that there's one of them that legitimately deserves an award for best of the year, because they're always the same. Like, it always ends the same. It's like, all the like the good guys, or whatever good guys they feel like putting in the group, because there's always too many characters to put in the movie, like 4 or 5 of them are all there hanging out doing nothing, and then and then they meet like a side character who is going to be important only for this, and then never appear in any of the other movies or filler episodes or whatever, and then there maybe, or whatever's gonna happen, and some girl is gonna get kidnapped. Either the girl is that side character, or the girl is part of their main party, and so she's gonna get kidnapped, and then as the guys are kidnapping them, they're gonna beat the living shit out of all the good guys, and it's not even gonna be close. And then the good guys are gonna like bitch about how shitty this situation is for a little while, and then come back to fight the bad guys, and what's going to happen is they're going to be running down this long, narrow corridor, and then they're going to bump into one of the bad guys, and then they're going to drop off, like, the weakest good guy and be like, okay, I'll handle this guy, you guys go forward, instead of just, like, all gangbanging that one guy. They just, like, leave that one guy behind and pray to God he doesn't get his ass kicked, and then get, like, each guy killed from behind. No, they don't worry about that. And then they bump into another bad guy, leave another guy behind. They just keep doing this until it's just a one main character, and they're like, go forward! You do this for all of us! Save best girl! And then somehow, like, they flash back and forth between each fight, and then every fight finishes, like, the ending of one fight, the ending of the next fight, the ending of the next fight, and the ending of the protagonist fight. And that's always how it lines up. And in the end, nothing happens, and it never gets mentioned, even in the filler episodes, where you could make a filler canon, where, like, all the filler stuff is only acknowledged in filler episodes, and they don't even do that, and it's the stupidest fucking thing. So, you know what? Fuck this garbage. I know it doesn't deserve an award. This is... and yet we still talk about it a lot more
Does
than
this count as spoilers?
Probably. I probably just spoiled the shit out of that movie. People are gonna watch it. Maybe we'll watch that movie just based off of that whole rant I did, and then see just how right I am. No, I don't either. I made like 20 of these things, so probably not. But, you know, if we ever did, I bet I'd turn out right.
Yeah.
What if this turns out to be the best shonen movie of all time? And I just made a huge ass of myself?
Yeah. I think the odds of that are low enough that it's fine. It's
God willing. Yeah, not really interested in losing the blue flower, but I wanted to watch Fireworks. I'll get to that. We will watch Mirai. You know, we're not even going to really talk about who deserves to win this, because we haven't actually watched any of these, but Mirai...
Yeah, I abstained from voting.
Mirai is done by the same director who did Wolf Children, Summer Wars, A Leap Through Time, the Girl Who Leapt Through Time, rather, and The Boy and the Beast.
Nah.
Really good director, aside from that last one. He dropped the ball there. But, you know, even that one didn't completely suck. It's just that it was worse than the other ones, I thought.
Has this one been subtitled already? Or dubbed?
I'm sure it's been yeah, it's on Blu-ray. Yeah, so it's been dubbed. Yeah, so at some point I'll get the Blu-ray and we'll watch that with a friend. Yeah. Don't want to throw him out there.
No name drop.
Yeah. So I'm sure that it's like at least top 2. I'm pretty sure that and The Night is Short, Walk On Home Girl are the best. But you know what? I tried to watch The Night is Short, Walk On Home Girl at like 11 o'clock one night. Big mistake. And I was too tired to finish it, and then I accidentally closed it and forgot what time I was at and never came back to it. And I'll finish it eventually. Apparently it's a spin-off of like same timeline with a few characters from Tatsumi Galaxy. Do you know that one?
No.
Yeah, because I never watched that, but this seemed decent. It's like a weird story about a girl going through town getting drunk. Yeah, it was decent. Mazinger Z Infinity. I don't know anything about Mazinger Z other than it's a super robot anime. The original one came before Gundam, which pretty much means it was a kid's show. And now it's got a sequel that I guess is fan service for the adults who watched the show as kids or something. I don't know, or who are fans of it. Whatever. I really don't give a shit. Like you got to assume it's just a kids movie or whatever. So I don't care. I do assume that either The Night is Short, Walk on Home Girl, or Mirai deserve to win this. But again, we didn't watch it, so let's see if hopefully people actually did watch it and vote. Yep. You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
Oh, look at that. When you look at that, there is a blonde girl, a cute blonde girl in the poster. I wonder if that's the character that gets abducted and then does all that shit I mentioned.
Basically spoiled the movie.
Best character design.
I have
Violet Evergarden, and it's not even close.
Does this mean all characters?
Yeah.
Because Zombieland Sex not bad either, but yeah, Violet Evergarden.
Violet Evergarden sweeps this shit. I'm surprised it plays farther than the universe isn't in there, but I'd still give it to Violet Evergarden just because it's not the modern day. It takes place in the past where it's or whatever, some alternate timeline bullshit where like you get more unique clothes and stuff like princesses and all these crazy dresses.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Everything's gorgeous.
Yeah, like Megalobox doesn't deserve to be here. Agretzko doesn't deserve to be there. Devilman Crybaby, like it's got a weird art style that contributes to the character designs a bit, but I don't like the character designs all that much. Zombieland Saga, like I don't think they look that good.
I think they're awesome looking.
JoJo,
JoJo.
I feel like if you and me made the nominations, maybe JoJo and probably Zombieland are the only shows that we'd put on this list, aside from obviously Violet, which clearly deserves to win. God willing, it actually wins this. Probably it does actually, because none of these other shows were like super popular. There weren't very many shows that were that popular. Megalobox is the only one where popularity could steal it, and even then I kind of doubt it. Like, if My Hero Academia was listed here, which would be really bullshit, seeing as how they barely introduced any characters that season, then that would really suck, because we know that one just wins by being My Hero Academia. But, Violet
Deku still has a good character design. They haven't ruined it.
JoJo, okay.
I don't know who the new JoJos were for this, so...
If someone had to win, you can see from the poster, they are good character designs.
They're all JoJo.
Like, I'm not upset by this, but I definitely don't think that people are correct on this one. I think Violet Evergarden pretty much deserved any visual award you could possibly give at all.
You can't underestimate how good that show looked. Anime of the year, though.
Oh, is this the last one? No, there's still half a page to go. Okay, Anime of the year. I guess that's the last one on the list.
Still best fights.
Oh yeah, no, there's still more. Anime of the year. Yeah, I've already said it a million times. Just give it to Violet Evergarden. A Place Farther Than the Universe. Like, the thing is, no matter how good that show looked, I couldn't give it the vote because I already tried to drop it like 2 or 3 times in the first 2.5 episodes. Like, it looks like a decent show, and obviously the animation is god tier. But you know what? I would never have considered dropping Violet Evergarden. So, pretty clear who wins this one, to me at least. And you know what? Yep. There's nothing super popular I expect to beat it out. Devilman Crybaby.
Violet Evergarden is the most popular one here.
Devilman Crybaby is the only one that I wouldn't be upset by beating it, but I'm pretty sure Violet Evergarden was a lot more popular, so whatever.
Yeah.
Devilman Crybaby, really? I didn't think that many people liked it. That's good to see, I guess. You know, I don't
I'm
mind.
not gonna watch it. No, I hated it.
Wasn't into the ending all that much, but whatever. At least it wins something. How many things did Violet Evergarden win? Like one or two things? Because I probably said it deserved to win like 7 or 8 things.
It got best animation, and that's it.
Why is Anime of the Year not at the end of the list? That is so weird.
Because it's gonna do the special.
Best fight scene. I can already tell you right now the best fight scene was not in Dragon Ball Super. The animation in that show is too bad.
It's gonna be All for One versus All Might.
I'm sure it is.
The rest of these fight scenes sucked. Black Clover.
Wait.
Like.
Something from Hina Matsuri was nominated? Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, that one year, Dragon Maid won that, so maybe.
Oh, the Dragon Maid fight scene was good.
All for One.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, All for One versus All Might. That probably wins just by being popular.
Yeah.
Let's see. Satan versus Devilman. That's kind of a spoiler, but whatever.
And All for Might versus All One is. They're all spoilers.
Nah, I don't think the other ones are really spoilers because you basically know they're all gonna fight. Like the only thing that's a surprise is like, oh, All for One versus All Might. I would have expected them to go up against Deku. Who gives a shit? Yami versus Liched from Black Clover, and Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki from Boruto: The Next Generation. Fuck. Okay, so then we got 2, 3, 4 of these are all shown in anime, none of which had good animation.
Well, fight.
Or wait, actually, sorry. My Hero Academia, like, I could see that deserving it. Or actually, I've seen that fight. Look, pretty good.
I'd give it to
Devilman. I would give it to Devilman, but nothing's beating My Hero Academia. Too many people watch that show. It will win every fucking award. If you put Naruto in this shit, like back in the day when Naruto was airing, if they were doing these anime awards and they put that in every single award, it'd just win every award. Because Crunchyroll was like riding on the coattails of Naruto so hard. It was like they every season they showed the shows that are going on that season. Naruto was always at the top of the list. It was always like the background. It was always the advertisements on the screen. There was always this little tab at the top that said, "Watch what happened in the newest episode of Naruto," and
it's because it was the best show ever.
Yeah, and so it wasn't even a good show, but you know what? It was popular. So much like My Hero Academia, that would have bullshitted its way through the whole thing. So let's see how
United
God
States of Smash.
What are the odds?
Never would have seen it coming.
Best continuing series. Ancient Magus Bride, Dragon Ball Super. Oh shit, Dragon Ball might win it. No, wait, no, One Piece is here. It's good. One Piece is here to save the day from Dragon Ball.
That's cheating. What the fuck, One Piece?
One Piece.
You're not allowed here.
Black Clover. We fucking saw, episode 50 airs and there's a Reddit thread like, oh man, episode 50 makes the whole show worth watching. Like, it was garbage up until now, but now it's good. Like, fuck off, man. That doesn't deserve to win if that's how you're treating it.
It's like buyer's remorse. I've watched 50 episodes. This has to be good.
March comes in like a One Piece, Boruto. Like, in a perfect world, we'd probably just give it to March comes in like a lion. Maybe Ancient Magus Bride, but we don't
barely
live
counts.
in such a good world. Realistically,
Magus Bride is done though, so it's not a continuing series.
Yeah, realistically, but it was airing in spring. Winter. It finished off in winter. Because continuing series is stuff that started before 2018 that was still going at some point in 2018.
It's gonna just be One Piece because popular.
I just think like it's a coin flip between the two shows that are not shonen. But realistically, shonen's just gonna win. There's too many people that watch shonen. And the people that watch shonen mostly just watch shonen. So they don't watch anything else. So they don't appreciate that shonens are not the best shows in the fucking world. But you know what? Except One Piece. One Piece is like the one shonen anime where a lot of people watch it that are not like huge shonen fans.
Yeah. Which is why One Piece will win.
I think One Piece definitely is the best of all these shonen anime because I gave Black Clover, Dragon Ball Super, and Boruto all a shot. And you know what? I made it like 1 episode into Dragon Ball Super and Black Clover. I made it 6 episodes into Boruto, but I made it 450 episodes into One Piece. So I know which one I
Bit of a
go
difference.
for.
Yeah.
And
I've technically watched the most of One Piece, like 20 episodes, maybe.
It's Dragon Ball Super, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at least it's over now, so we don't need to deal with this shit next year. Okay, Industry Icon. What even is that?
I don't know.
I didn't even see this on the page.
They might have added
Oh,
it
it's not in
later.
there? Yeah, it's not on this.
Okay, then I vote for, I don't know.
Masahiko Minami, president and producer of Studio Bones.
Sure, good job, dude.
Wait,
You did it.
I'd give it to Hideaki Anno. That guy's still working on Evangelion. It'll be done eventually.
Yeah. I guess. Hideaki Anno.
You could give
The only other day.
Hiroyuki Sawano, the god of fucking pretty good OSTs. That'd be nice. You could also give it to, who's the guy from fucking... Shit, who's that director everyone likes that I really hate?
Like the Ghibli guy?
Yeah, the Ghibli guy.
I don't know his name.
Shit. Oh man, we're gonna sound like such noobs not knowing his name. Fuck, how do I not remember this? The guy who directed all those big anime. God damn it. He did Spirited Away. How am I blanking on this?
Don't ask me. I don't know anyone's name.
Whatever. That guy, you could see that guy winning, right? I mean, he didn't do anything this year.
Is it Miyamoto? I like Miyamoto.
Miyazaki. Hayao Miyazaki. Yeah.
That was close.
Jesus
Miyamoto's
Christ.
the Nintendo guy.
Yeah. Hayao Miyazaki, he didn't do anything this year, but, industry icon, if an icon probably shouldn't be a yearly award anyway, it should probably be an all-time thing or whatever, but whatever. Yeah, I'm surprised that this guy won, but, somebody who's, a big dude at Bones, Bones has done a lot of big anime, so I don't mind too much. Who are the judges, anyway?
Nobody's probably.
Yeah, none of these judges are people I recognize. I remember seeing a lot of them work for, IGN or some other news site or whatever, and then, none of them were YouTubers.
Yeah, there's actually 0 YouTubers. That's crazy.
I don't know why. I'd like it if there was more recognizable people.
They're gonna mostly be, article writers and that sort of crowd. They're all a in-group.
Get Digibro in here, man. Watch him just shit on all the shows and say he didn't actually watch anything this year, and then
He
just
wouldn't
voted
fit
for
in.
stuff that he thought clearly didn't deserve to win, just to offset all of the other people's shit takes. Oh man. Yeah, but
It's unfortunate.
actually, I think I might recognize Robin Hurst. No, never mind. This looks like someone I've seen before. I don't know where. Yeah, so okay, so I said what? How many shows or awards did I think deserve to go to Violet Evergarden? 1,
All of them.
2, or wait, 2 out of 4, 2 out of 6, or no, 3 out of 6, because best ED. 4 out of 7, best VA, but that didn't get listed. 5 out of 6, or 5 out of 7. 5 out of 8. 6 out of 8, or 6 out of 9. 7 out of 10. 8 out of 11. Oh, best fight scene. Man, finally Evergarden had best fight scene. That
No.
thing, no, she was like doing spins on some guy's head, broke his fucking neck. Like, that shit was awesome.
You can't just give everything to Violent Evergarden.
It had the best fight scene, I swear to God.
All for One is the best fight.
My Hero Academia is fucking terrible, and so is everything that's good about it.
Yeah, and that's why it's the best show.
I hate shonen anime so much. Like,
My Hero is my favorite shonen anime.
I wish people didn't watch this shit.
I like it. It's good. United States smashed, and it was so epic.
She didn't finish the show.
I know, but I read the manga, so it's good enough.
It wasn't.
It's
even
like one
good
of
enough
3
to
mangas
do it.
I've read. That means it's a good show.
Yeah, you should. By the way, get on Berserk.
Eh.
The manga doesn't go to shit like all of the adaptations, well, except 97. 97 worked out. I heard. Haven't watched it though.
It's too much to read. I'm already not actually reading Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And occasionally reading My Hero. That's like too much manga.
Yeah. Attack on Titan is tragedy for all of mankind. Damn shame it didn't keep up season 1's quality. But oh well.
Those are complaints for another time.
Yep.
Because there's so much I could complain about that.
Okay, so do you have anything left to say?
No, I think I'm good. Just
Okay.
gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, so I think for the next episode, probably we're probably not gonna wait as long as we did for because we originally had intended to do this after like 3 episodes of the season because it's a 3-episode rule and all that, but
We're like 6 episodes.
yeah, we're halfway through. We're actually 7 episodes into the one show, Ueno, but. Yeah, so I think what's going to happen is we're going to do another episode in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even next week, who knows. And it's not going to be about the currently airing shows. We're not just going to do a weekly show about all the shows we're watching. What we're going to do is we'll pick another subject, we'll talk about it. Probably not going to be as easy to find stuff to talk about as the Anime Awards, because we're mostly just reading out names and then bitching about how terrible those things were. But you know what?
Quality content.
We'll find something to talk about, and probably 2 or 3 subjects, because I like the way this worked out, personally. I thought that was a lot smoother than just doing one really long subject.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, so we'll do this next week. I mean, not next week, but sometime. Next month or so, I swear to God, I promise. And also, seeing as how the recording actually shows exactly what time and date I recorded this show at,
That's good. That means it hasn't cut out.
That means people are about to find out just how much of a work ethic I have at video editing. But
don't say the time.
Yeah, God willing, this comes out a month after that. Yeah, I should probably cut that out so people don't know how lazy I am, but that's okay. Bye.
See yous.